Across the world, history hides fights so wild they sound fake, yet they are real, and the truth behind them will shock you, challenge myths, and change you see violence. But the stories stayed buried, whispered in letters, court notes, and scars, because these clashes broke rules, shattered honor, and embarrassed powerful people who wanted silence forever. Tonight you will hear 3 unbelievable revelations: a knife brawl that birthed the legend, a duel that exploded into chaos, and a fight that rewrote fear itself. Each story is real, according to records and sources suggest details, yet myths twisted facts, and the truth remained hidden until now, right here, with you today. Let me show you exactly how this happened, step by step, scene by scene, so you can picture the dust, hear shouts, and feel the danger growing fast. These fights matter because they shaped weapons, laws, and legends we still see today, from movies and games to how we imagine courage, honor, and survival globally. One key place is the American frontier, where order was thin, tempers burned hot, and a single insult could turn friends into enemies within seconds without warning. There, men like James Bowie crossed paths with rivals like Norris Wright, reportedly during tense duels that spiraled into something far bigger, bloodier, and unforgettable for history books. According to accounts, the sandbar fight began as a formal duel, but pride, alcohol, and bystanders transformed it into a savage group brawl in moments by the river. Another surprise is the knife itself, later called the Bowie knife, reportedly designed for survival, yet it became a symbol of raw power and close combat legends. Sources suggest newspapers exaggerated details, turning fighters into monsters or heroes, depending on politics, fear, and what sold copies fastest that week to hungry readers everywhere then. Now here's where things get really interesting, because these fights were not random madness, but followed hidden rules, social codes, and human instincts we still carry today. People believed honor demanded action, and walking away meant shame, so violence became a language, simple, fast, and brutally clear to everyone watching in that era globally. Many surprise, many fights started over jokes, debts, or looks, not grand causes, showing how small sparks can ignite disasters nobody expects when tempers are high nearby. Another twist, witnesses often lied to protect friends, and memories changed fast, so historians must compare letters, wounds, and outcomes to approach truth carefully over time later. This matters today because viral stories spread the same way, fast and messy, teaching us to question headlines and look deeper before believing legends without checking sources. But if you think that's crazy, wait until you hear this, because the first revelation reveals numbers and scenes, so vivid editors love them for storytelling impact. During the sandbar fight, reportedly more than a dozen men joined, shots missed, blades flashed, and injuries stacked quickly, all within minutes beside a riverbank at dawn. James Bowie was wounded badly, sources suggest, yet he kept fighting, using strength and reach, showing how desperation can unlock terrifying focus when survival feels close near. Imagine the scene, smoke hanging, men shouting names, metal scraping bone, while seconds stretch forever, a moment that births a legend according to later retellings by writers. Editors can show maps, quick cuts, and close shots, because this fight feels cinematic, real, and shocking without needing special effects or modern exaggeration to grip viewers. But the numbers hide something deeper, because violence spread like a chain reaction, proving crowds change behavior faster than any single insult in tight spaces under stress. This connects to daily life where online mobs grow fast, showing old patterns repeating, just with screens replacing sand and steel according to social studies today globally. But wait, because the second revelation digs deeper, showing how rules, law, and reputation secretly guided these fights more than rage alone according to historians studying records. Back then, duels followed codes, with seconds, pistols, distances. Yet when rules broke, chaos followed, exposing fragile order beneath society that pretended to be calm and fair. Insiders suggest reputation mattered more than life, because losing honor meant exclusion, poverty, or ridicule, a social death worse than wounds for many men than across regions. Contrast that with today, where cameras watch, laws punish, and fights move online, yet shame and pride still push risky choices in comment sections everywhere every single day. Experts say alcohol fueled many clashes, lowering fear and judgment, which explains sudden escalations from calm talk to brutal action according to court testimonies from the era. This layering of rules and chaos leads to the most shocking discovery of all. A truth that flips heroes and villains completely when context is revealed fully. The climax reveals these fights were remembered wrong because survival favored storytellers, not fairness. And legends grew from selective memory spread by newspapers and songs for decades. So what does all this mean for us today, beyond gore and drama, and why should viewers in the UK and Europe care about hidden history? It means stories shape values, teaching bravery or cruelty, and when we question them, we reclaim judgment instead of copying old mistakes that still echo today globally. Short-term, we gain media literacy, spotting exaggeration and bias long-term. We build calmer cultures that resist mob thinking through education and reflection shared widely online. Personal takeaway: pause before reacting, check sources, and remember humans are complex. Not movie villains or perfect heroes according to psychology research and historical lessons learned slowly. Before we wrap up, there's one final thing you need to know. A quiet twist hiding in plain sight about memory and power shaping stories forever afterwards. The last reveal is this: history remembers winners, not truth. So the loudest voice often decides what becomes fact, according to many scholars studying conflict narratives carefully. That means some heroes may be flawed, some villains desperate, and reality sits between, waiting for careful listeners to question myths together across borders and time periods. If this opened your eyes, imagine what other forgotten fights still hide lessons, waiting to be uncovered with patience and curiosity by historians and viewers like you. In the next video, we explore another untold clash that changed a nation quietly, proving small moments can bend history according to newly found records from archives. Remember the opening wild fights sounded fake, yet they were real, and now you know why truth often hides behind legend until someone digs deeper carefully again. Quick recap: fights shaped legends, crowds fueled chaos, and memory favored storytellers, not fairness, across cultures and centuries according to research and records from many regions worldwide. Second takeaway: question viral stories, check sources, and respect complexity, because simple tales often hide deeper truths about power, fear, and honor driving human actions then and now. Third takeaway: history is human, messy, emotional, and understanding it makes us wiser, calmer, and harder to manipulate according to educators worldwide teaching critical thinking skills today. Like this video if you value real stories, subscribe for weekly hidden history, and share it with friends who love surprises and thoughtful conversations about our past. Comment below with the fight that shocked you most, and tell us why, because your perspective adds to the story from your culture or studies, you know? Watch the next video to continue this journey, where forgotten moments reveal how ordinary people changed history forever according to records and eyewitnesses from different eras worldwide. Thank you for staying curious, questioning legends, and caring about truth, because that is how history becomes alive beyond textbooks and screens in our shared minds today. Like, subscribe, share, and remember, the craziest fights teach the clearest lessons when we listen closely to facts, context, and humanity over hype always.